What's your goal analysis? We did one already, bro. It's pretty simple today. It's pretty straightforward. It's like we're there's three steps to the markets, right? Three steps to the market cycles. There's continuation, there's range, or sorry, there's continuation, there's liquidity, and then there's range. Right now we're sitting at a point where we're currently just ranging. So the next step is to grab liquidity, right? So what you want to do now is mark up your levels as to where you want to see liquidity get grabbed at, right? Which means that you can't look for trades until you tap two levels. So the first level is here, right? If you were to drive down today, all right, open up your mind a little bit. Forget what you learned, forget what you know. Just open up your mind a little bit, all right? Like forget that whatever bias you have, like forget what balance your account needs to reach today. So you're trying to predict and plan a move to grab that entire balance flip. Forget all of that. Just look at the markets and look at it from a clear perspective, right? Even if price were to drive down, right? Before driving down, it's got to grab liquidity, right? Even if it were to drive down some given universe. Let's say in a different universe, it were to drive up. Even if you were to drive up, you got to grab liquidity down and drive up. So that puts us in a situation to just sit out and wait for price to tap two levels. The first level is 2186. That's a resistance. The second level is 2173, which is this red line right here, right? Because guess what? Even if price goes up, right? Going back to what we did on last Thursday, the prior Thursday, the prior Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, all 4 days, we wait for the same exact thing to form, which is a top and a bottom wick to form, right? So even if price were to, like, for instance, drive up like this, at some point you're gonna see a bottom wick, right? And if price were to drive down, you have to see a top wick at some point. So since you're in the range here and you don't have to predict and guess where price is going next, you can just wait for price to tap. Wait for price to tap 2186. Wait for price to tap 2173. Once it taps those zones, okay, start hunting. Start plotting out your levels. Start plotting out what you could do, right? Because eventually you'll get those directional pushes. But before you get a directional push, you need to grab liquidity. After liquidity, it brings in volume. It brings in a potential chance of getting direction. Once you get direction, hop on the wave. Right? So it could be buys, it could be sells today. But right now, there's not much you can really do because you're just in the range. You're in the middle of the range, right? But there's clues and there's hints and there's signs the market will show you and that the market will shift into the moment you start to move. It's just that it's not gonna happen just yet out of the blue, right? And it won't move based off of one candle. You'll see multiple candles being printed. You'll see structure being printed, and then you'll see the drive. But it won't be until 9 today. I'll tell you that. By the way things are looking, unless you move in the next 15 minutes here, I don't think you'll move until the 4-hour closure, which is in 14 minutes here. And depending on how that closes, it could be very key